Good morning, guys. This is Kenzo Xtrahot Forex. So let's go straight to our daily analysis. It's Wednesday. Sorry. And what's really happening on the market? There are so many things happening, guys. There are so many things happening. So today we actually have PMI 10:30 for GBP and quarter to 4. PMI for also USD. This will actually make especially the dollar, not actually the dollar, gold to actually move a little bit, but the other ones they won't really move that much. So tomorrow we have unemployment claims, which is tomorrow, so it's not really a matter. We will see that tomorrow. But there is something happening, guys. There is something that is happening, and which is actually BRICS. Today they're going to actually going to talk about the expansion. I see they did not actually touch much on the BRICS currency, which I don't think maybe they will actually create that. But what I know, they might just agree on common currency, like it's not like the ones that every country is going to use, like personally, like individuals, only country to country. When they do exports and imports, they might use that common currency. Or beside that, if maybe that is gonna take time, we can say they repeated the thing of saying we have to use local currencies when we do businesses, like you see. So among those BRICS countries, and also since I'm from South Africa, so also in Africa, so we also going to use like local currencies. So you have to check that, guys. I think maybe you can learn one or two things. I don't think maybe it's gonna affect the market now, but we can see that de-dollarization thing is not like maybe they're just going to create a currency now, but the method that they're going to use, one way or another, they're still going to affect the dollar. Because if you no longer use the dollar, it means the dollar as a currency is no longer in demand. And the most important thing that I think maybe it will happen is I just want to hear those countries they just go want to add on BRICS. So I think they said it's gonna be BRICS Plus or something like that. So yeah, you should check stuff like that. I think they will be starting in few minutes maybe. Then we will check that. Maybe I'll update you tomorrow what's really happening. Maybe we will have a BRICS currency that we can even trade. Maybe, we don't know. So what's really happening on the market? I just started with USD ZAR. The reason behind this is because I just wanted to see how Rand react to this BRICS summit and see if maybe there is a certain move happening. And indeed, there is. This thing should be here. So indeed, you can see that since yesterday the market was going down. Let me just try to zoom that. So the market was not really aggressively selling, but I think after the introduction of those countries, I think we might see some stronger rand. But you can see, beside maybe breaks, you can see that the market already did touch actually this resistance. So I'm expecting, obviously, we will expect the market to push lower. Every time the market touched that resistance, we see the market pushing even lower. Let's see what will happen during the day. I am expecting some good news from BRICS countries. Let's hope that they're gonna have something in common and maybe they're gonna agree on something which is going to help us all. It might not help like individual, but I think it's gonna help mostly entrepreneurs, but automatically that will automatically also help individuals. So yesterday we did have a sell, then the market has just been playing around this area. So but I'm still expecting a very nice sell. So anyways, I just wanted to update you on our local currency. So let's go. Let's start with GBP. GBP USD, what's really happening? The market has been playing games, guys. The market doesn't really want to actually move. You can see that, yes, we had a very nice nice, very nice uptrend. But where we are now, the market is just consolidating. It's quite different from what we saw before. But maybe after this consolidation, we will see maybe the market pushing to the upside. We will see the market pushing to the upside. The uptrend is telling us that the market is pushing up. So our job is to know where we can buy. Here, a nice place to buy or a nice zone to buy, it's actually if the market breaks this resistance. You can see the market created a resistance there. Even though we know that it's an uptrend, but we can't just buy here when we know that the market might reverse. So we have to buy above that resistance because that will let the market move freely. I hope you see that. Or if maybe the market doesn't really do that, on the bottom side here, I can just maybe reduce this. On the lower side, or we have a nice support area. It's still, it's actually diagonal, but we see the market creating something like this. This might also be an area. I repeated this several times. So there is a chance that the market can still break there and still push the upside. So don't just fall for this fake breakout. Learn from me. Don't fall for that. So since we are actually on an uptrend, I'm still expecting a very nice bullish momentum. Then once the market breaks here, I will be ready to send that signal. But for now, we just need to relax. We just need to relax. I think, I'm just thinking, you still remember Brexit? I think some of you know Brexit. The time Brexit, Britain wanted to, I can say maybe divorce from Europe or Europe Union. You still remember, you saw how the market was moving, like pound and euro were just going crazy. I think it's last year, around 2020 there. 2020, 2021. It was crazy. It was crazy. So I'm expecting the same thing. I'm expecting the same thing today, maybe today or tomorrow. I don't know what time they're going to talk about stuff like that, but I know investors out there, they are watching. So we are on Euro USD, quite similar to what we see actually on GBP. The market is still aggressively on this uptrend, but we can see the breakout there. So I think, let me just try to draw something new. If I start it from here and try to go back, will it connect with other structures? Maybe. I don't know. I think this way we skipped so many structures. I think we need to little bit connect with these other ones. Let's try to delete the older ones. We don't have to force the older structures. Let's try to draw it from here. I think it still makes sense now. On our side, it means that breakout is no longer there. So what we can do with structures like this, you can see other areas they don't really touch very nice. You can see other areas they don't really touch nicely. So we can try, you see the second line that is very closer to the candlesticks. This second dotted line, you can actually try to push it a bit higher so that it can touch enough candlesticks. The reason behind that is this is, guys, it's a zone. So the market doesn't just respect only one line, and no, the market doesn't really work like that. So this is a zone. Sometimes the market can touch, sometimes can go even further. So if we have a zone like that, but it's not supposed to be crazy thick, something like that. So now we have a nice structure. You can see that. So someone can say even maybe on top, Kenzo try to do something on top. Maybe we can try to do something like that. Yeah, but I don't think that really matter. The reason behind that is we are on an uptrend, so the market will not respect much of a resistance, especially the market is pushing to the upside. So I'm expecting the market to do what? To keep pushing to the upside. But where we are now, I think a diagonal line like that will actually help. A diagonal resistance, once the market breaks out, we buy. Once the market breaks out, we buy. Even here, once the market breaks out, we do what? We buy. Why? Because the market is actually on an uptrend. And we say this because since November last year, the market is been pushing up. So, and the market is respecting this area. Why can't we just follow that? We follow where the market is going. We don't really want to go against the market. Yes, the market pushed lower, very nice, but now we're expecting the market to push the upside as we are on that support area. So if I go closer, let's go on 4 hours time frame. Let's do this. Yes, so if we go on 4 hours time frame, you can see that we have some resistance areas. So another way of doing this nicely, you can just use a diagonal resistance and say, Kenzo, I think this one fits me right. And you do something like that. You can draw your double lines there and just make sure that you don't fall for fake breakouts and say, okay, since we have a structure like this, I will wait for the market. Let me just do that double line. I know you can't do that. So we have to have, even if it's not really that perfect, but as long as we understand what's really happening, something like this. So remember, that line we can actually touch few candlesticks. So what we see here, I can say it's easier for us to say, wait for a breakout, then boom. Why we wait for a breakout? Because the market has been respecting this resistance. We know that the market is actually uptrending, but the time it was going back for a retest, it created a very nice structure. And this structure, we can't just say, just because we are on a support, let's buy. Why? Because there is a resistance there that the market can still respect. And there is a chance, again, that the market can respect this area and even break that support. So for us to act, we have to wait for the market to show us. We don't go ahead of the market. We are not supposed to be ahead of the market. The market has to show us the road and we follow that. Simple as that. Simple as that. So now we are on gold. What's really happening on gold? Gold has been actually pushing to the lower side, but we had a very nice structure, or actually a resistance structure. And that structure, it's now disappeared, and you can see the market is trying to get out. But this thing is crazy, guys. You can see the market it's been going down very nice, but aggressively because the rejections were all over the place. So yesterday, I think day before yesterday, the market did actually try to break out. So we had the buy pending order. Just look at that reversal. But again, the market did push the upside. Where we are now, I can say we had a sort of a resistance. You can see that we had a sort of a resistance, and I think maybe the market now it's respecting that. So I think the market is playing games to a point where we will end up getting out of the market. Then after the market will just shoot up. What I like is, since the market was going down, since we were on a downtrend, now we are no longer on that downtrend. The market broke out or intersected with our resistance, which means the market now wants to create an uptrend. Yes, these rejections might happen, but at the end of the day, the market will end up doing what? Pushing to the upside, which means we will end up going on that uptrend. I think it's very nice time to actually do what? Buy. But hey, the rejections are crazy and you might end up losing. So you might stay out of the market if you don't mind, but just know that this is a very nice uptrend. I think the market will be trying to bounce back. Anyways, let's push to the next one. Which is US30. What time is it? 13 minutes. Okay. Please, guys, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share with your friends. Like. If you want to join the team, you know what to do. Just WhatsApp me, or maybe I can show you something. Yes, if you want to be part of the team, you see what you can do there. You can just actually WhatsApp me from this number. Or there's a link actually in the description that you can talk to me, whether you want to join 12 months, lifetime, monthly, or 6 months. It's up to you. NASDAQ, US30, whatever. Then you're going to get all this nice stuff. So in the group. So yeah, let's go on US30. US30 actually yesterday did push aggressively lower. It was very closer to this resistant, but I think the resistance was not like that. I think maybe we had something like this, because this was actually connecting very nice. Now we had to do what? We had to just try to accommodate that trend line. So we actually have something like this. So actually the market here, obviously we thought maybe the market broke out. I expected the market to push the upside, but guess what? That did not actually happen. So but now it seems like the market is trying to push the upside. So we don't know if, for now I will be using this as a trend line, as our resistant line, because it seems like the market wants to actually push the upside, but at the same time it's still respecting this resistant line. So what I can do here is, for me to avoid fake breakouts or avoid these fake moves, I can say, you see this resistance, since the market is respected several times, yes, I can see there is a diagonal structure that the market can respect also, but the market broke out of that yesterday. So I can just adjust this resistance and push it up to there. And then if, just because the market was going down, remember it was a downtrend, and for us to take nice buys, it means we can even wait for the market to break this resistance before we push for a buy, before we look for nice buy positions. Some, they will say, oh, maybe I will be missing out a few pips there. You see there's few pips actually here, because there is a support area that maybe someday will say, okay, let's buy there, which is fine. But we don't really know if the market is going to repeat the same thing here. We can't say we know. What if the market, you buy here, a few minutes later the market keeps pushing lower? Because we are still actually on a downtrend. So the best way is to what? Relax and don't, like, sometimes we have to miss these opportunities. Few candlesticks, they don't really matter. Then wait for a breakout, proper one. If this is going to break out, we know that the trends last longer, guys. Trend can last more than 6 months. So we can't just cry for only 1 day or 2 days of these candlesticks. So we just have to wait for the market to break out before we jump for any buy. Yes, sometimes we can wait and the market disappoint us, but at least that reduce the risk of just blowing the account unnecessarily by not following the rules, which, even if it's not the rules, but you can easily see that there is something there. So the aim is to do what? Is not to lose, guys. We don't really want to lose money. We already don't really have enough, you see. And if you are a young trader, most of us or most traders, they are very young. So which means the advantage is time. On your side, the advantage is what? Is time, which means you can go slower. You still have like many years to survive or to live. And in Forex, 3 years can be enough if you follow the rules nicely. You can just tell yourself, you know what? I just want to stick on the rules. No matter what, I'm out of social media. I no longer check people posting their profits, because that can play around with your psychology or your trading psychology or your emotions. So when you make that 50 rands and you saw someone made 1,000 rands, you feel like you are not maybe belonging to the team or you're doing something wrong. No, you're doing something right. There will always be people who do something like that in life. There will be always people who are flashy in this life. There will always be people like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's nature. That's nature, you see. So, but you have to know yourself. You know you don't really have enough, but you trade like you have 1 million. That's the problem. We have to know what we have before. When you plan to have 1 million, let's say maybe we want to make 1 million now, you know, the problem sometimes is not really the money. The problem there is your skill, your discipline, plus time. Time to reach that amount is going to be a bit longer. You see, it's going to be a bit longer. But the problem is, you see, I said only time is going to be the problem, not money. But the problem is when you think maybe the problem is money, and now you just focus on the lot sizes, you over risk, you forgot that all those things, they will happen within a space of time. Even if you have 1 million now, you can make 1 billion very quick. You can struggle to make another 1 million even if you have 1 million. But if you just give yourself time, you can actually reach anything, you see. So time and money is two different things. But the most important one, I think, is time. Take your time, take it slow, don't over risk. Have enough trades, learn. Automatically you're gonna learn, you see. But when you do the opposite, when you just focus on money, which we have to, because we have to eat, you see, but don't just focus only on your money, because that is not really enough. We have to also add time on top of that. And with time, small by small, step by step, $5 every day, $2 every day, you're changing the lot size gradually, not very quick. You lose sometimes. Some weeks you're gonna lose, some weeks you're gonna win, and you just continue like that, and you're gonna make it. You can't just make it like now, but you are guaranteed to make it if you respect time. So that's why I say, if you are still young, 3 years is enough. I can say, if you are starting to be consistent today, let's say from today, I'm going to look myself at the mirror and say, you know what, Kenzo? I've been losing, I've been depositing twice, 3 times a month. There is something wrong, because instead of doing that, you were supposed to do the opposite. You're supposed to do what? Do the withdrawals, but you're doing the opposite. It means you're donating. And those people you see posting the screenshot, they're posting the money that you have donated, unfortunately. So you don't want to be part of that 10% or maybe 1%, I don't know. It's not really easy, guys. It's not really easy to be in that cocoon, in that space, in that island. It's not easy. There's sacrifice. We wake up every day early. There's stress all over the place. There are so many responsibilities. We lose. So many people expect you to make it very quick, and you still disappoint them. And that is also a weight on your shoulders. But if you don't give up, they will say, you know what, I knew this guy was going to make it. I saw him. He wasn't giving up. He wasn't showing off. They forgot that you were in pressure. You see, you were in serious pressure. No one recognizes you. You know that. No one takes you serious. You say, oh, I need to trade. When I claim, you want to be like DJ Coach. Why don't you have this car? Why don't you have this thing? You see. So that's the pressure that most of us as traders have. But the problem is, you act like you don't see those problems. Sometimes to face the problems, I think, is the greatest thing, or something that can make you realize that, yeah, sometimes I don't really have to run that much. I have to go slower, because you're copying someone who has like 10 million. You just trade. They're showing you maybe 2,000 rands account. They're making 11,000. They over-risked there. They over-risked. You're trying to do the same thing with your last 2,000. The person has 2 million in their account. So who's stupid there? You're copying the wrong things. You're copying the wrong people. They should be your role models, but do it on your own lane. Have the goal, use what they do, and do that on your own lane, because you are not them. The situation is not the same. I thought maybe I should just give you that. So anyways, we are on NASDAQ. We can see that the market is doing what? The market was actually pushing. It's still actually pushing lower, but I was expecting the market to push up, because I think we had a resistance there, and the market was broke out already. So then the market did give us this crazy sell yesterday. So yeah, but I still believe that the market is still going to push the upside. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm just going to mark this area. You see where the market resisted yesterday? It seems like the market is going there. You see that? The market is going there. We're going to mark that and say, you know what? Once you cross this area, we're ready to fly. Remember, the market won't just go straight up. We know very well that the market is already changing the trend. it's about to change the trend, and then we know that the trend takes longer. So the market might play games here, but hey, we know that the market next week will be flying. So you have to plan your stop losses nicely there, so that I think the breakout I think it's already happening. The breakout is already happening, so we will have some buy positions later on. But if maybe you had trades here, you were supposed to hold, because I think this trend can last even longer. I think this trend can last even longer. So let's see. Yes, I think, yeah, this trend can even go higher than that. But if you got the market here, to me, I can say that it's our lowest currently. So I still believe that the market will actually fly. And remember, we're going towards November, December there. So sales, they're going to go up. So many things, they're going to go up. And that can be a good thing for the market. Anyways, thank you very much. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like, share with your friends. This is Kenzo Xtrahot Forex. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to place that stop loss. Bye.